Hey there, Bug Watchers. Welcome back to BuggyBot Plays Torment Tides of Numenera. It's gonna be a little bit shorter today. Those last couple episodes, they got kind of dragged out. Things stretched out a little bit, but I'm okay with that. I was happy to get this off. I know that these kind of games can be very slow to start with, so there's a lot of that. For now, why don't we go and learn about our people?
The smell of this dome. Let's go. Sooner, not later.
Well, aren't you?
I don't like the smell of...
I'm going.
We should not tarry in this chamber long. No doubt others saw your dramatic entrance as well.
Can I really not talk to them beyond that?
We should not tarry in this chamber long.
Engage them in
no doubt
conversation.
others, yes.
Okay, well then, I guess we are ready to exit into the world. Attacking is rarely the only solution to a crisis. Try interacting with objects in the environment or talking to your foes. Or just beat the ever-loving fuck out of the nosy bastards. What do they know?
I need to talk to you.
Ew. Do I? Look at you thingies. Aren't you adorable? Hey, buddy. How are you doing? You little dancy buddies. They're fun. I like them. Alright, I guess we can talk to Mr. Killjoy here.
This is the Reef of Fallen Worlds, kid. It's a dangerous place at the best of times. And with you lighting up the sky as you fell, well, we should get out of here as soon as possible.
Okay, Mr. Grouchy Pants. There we go. Why were you looking at me when you said that? I wasn't. Don't be so paranoid. But when she isn't looking, he raises his eyebrows at you knowingly. Cool. Okay, yeah, so now we can actually talk to him. Scan thoughts. If I weren't here... Wow, these two really don't trust each other. This is going to come to a problem. The Numenera of the past are always dangerous, but there are other dangers too, some closer than others. What are the Numenera? You want me to tell you? The Numenera all around you, everything left over from our prior worlds. Saga's Cliffs thrives by trading artifacts from ancient civilizations. Hells, you can't scoop a handful of earth without finding drit from prior worlds mixed with it. So basically, this place has come together and fallen apart so many times. Numenera is anything from the prior worlds, but mostly mean the stuff of value to us. A lot of the Numenera are just oddities. Fancy trinkets with little real use. And sometimes you'll get a cipher that lets you do something incredible. Artifacts are worth even more. A cipher will only do something once, but artifacts last a lot longer, though they can burn out at the most inconvenient times. Not that it's ever happened to me. Of course, we've got no idea what most of this junk was originally intended for. In most cases, it doesn't really matter. Like, you might find what used to be a propulsion unit for a star chariot, but who the hell knows enough how to build one of the... and knows enough to build you the rest of it. Better to use it as a weapon or a power source. He scowls, frustrated about something. I bet we could remake the world if we knew a tenth of the secrets of the ancients. But these days, it's just a challenge to survive. Alright. What's your story? Ask me again when we get out of here. I don't trust this damned reef any more than the company we keep. What do you think of Callistige, a parasite disguised as a scholar? Don't be surprised if she betrays you before the day is done. Actually, that would be slow for her. Yeah, we've already picked that up. That lady is dangerous, as long as we keep her interested. I think that she's the kind of person that follows what interests her. What do you think of Callistige? Oh no, I've already said that. The most refined bloodsucker you'll ever meet, girl. Tattoos. These, they're nothing. Call them a consolation if you must. He smiles grimly. Some call them by worse names, but that's because they've had the occasion to run afoul of these little snakes. He looks away. The light questioning is clearly an end. My gift and curse, they remind me of it every day. Interesting. What do you think we should do next? You want to fix the crystal chamber? First step is getting out of the reef. That's very clear. Oh, and I can, remove him from the party. Let's keep going. I'm guessing she is not...
Watch your steps, child. This is
Oh,
not
there
a
we go.
place to walk lightly. There are dangers in the reef, both old and new.
What kind of dangers are there in the reef? A myriad. We walk among the Numenera, detritus of the fallen world, the antediluvian, fallen worlds and antediluvian wars. Not everything in the reef knows that the wars ended long ago. Yet the true dangers are contemporary. The reef holds promise for treasure and for determined, but not always for the scrupulous. Why is there a resonance chamber here? An astute question, my dear. Most likely the answer is that your sire discovered something he could repurpose for his own designs. If you can seal a dome as well as he did, the reef is as good a place as any for experimentation. What's your story? She laughs. Now is not the time, dear, nor is the reef a safe place for lengthy disquisition. Rest assured, when we reach the cliffs, there will be plenty of time to swap tales. Yeah, what do you think of him? Her lips pucker like she's tasting something foul. He's useful, she finally says. At least he was, once. If that pompous lack-nibber, forgive my language, dear, finds one more fault with me, I expect my sisters will murder him in several realities. She cocks her head to one side. There goes one now. They are me. We are a part of each other, sisters across infinite realities. We share our experiences and power. What's the old saying? That experience brings wisdom? I must be the wisest person in the Sage's Cliffs, the wisest across countless worlds. Oh, geez. You're crazy.
Doing it now.
Alright, what can... Ooh, hello. Although this cube hovers in the air, you can feel the ground shudder with its vibrations. Let's touch it.
Fine.
You know what? Let's... I'm gonna go ahead and save game here. Let's save now that we've done this here.
All right.
Hello. Loot. Yeah. What do we have? Deliriated force. Oh, that is a fucking needle. Consumes movement, heals 3 points of might. The crystal pulses with vibrant energy, softly expanding, contracting as if breathing in and out. A needle protrudes from the crystal's center. If inserted into a vein, the crystal's pulsing energy can be absorbed to increase the user's physical stamina and muscle mass for a short time. Purified from the murky liquid found rarely in the Caribbean Sound. The origin is unknown. The process to harvest them without destroying the active substance is difficult. The supply appears plentiful. I don't want to use that. And another flea foot moss. And shit. Cool.
As you wish.
We made money. Money, money. Okay, that's a freaking tree of hands. That's not disturbing.
Let's go.
Can I interact with it? So I can. Metallic tendrils. Strangely, they resemble clawed alien hands, most of which have 7 or 8 fingers. Let's examine the cluster first. The hands sway softly, but their movements are difficult to follow. Watching them makes you feel nauseous. Apart from the hands themselves, you don't notice anything of interest in the cluster. You think you're a bit stronger than me. Definitely stronger than us. Why don't we get him in on this, then? Sure, let's bump it up. Hey, success. 8-fingered mace. You grip the nearest to you and snap it from its roots. Stepping back, you give it a couple experimental swings. Good balance, it might make a decent weapon. You aren't happy unless you're breaking things, are you? Look, I am just making sure stuff works. I mean, to be fair, within the last time that I've even known this man, I pretty much committed to breaking everything. Can I equip that? It's a medium melee weapon. I'm pretty sure I got medium. Oh, never mind. I'm bad with them. Okay. Light melee weapons only. That's just gonna have to be how that goes. But I can give him this, I bet. There we go. 3 chemical. This metallic object should an 8-fingered hand attached to a forearm. You snapped it off a metallic wreath. Has decent heft, and stealing materials is powerful enough to deal with significant weapons. Makeshift weapon, somewhat clumsy to use. Cool. Does chemical damage. That's disturbing. Does he have... He's got medium weapons. He's got smashing, concentration, cipher use, endurance, machinery. Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
Sure.
What are you? A matte black obelisk floats in midair above the water. It has sharp curved edges that converge in a glowing tip and brightens or dims with the passing of day's faint breezes. Touch it. Dull green light wells from the black stone within, fixed on you like a furious eye. I knew someone who did what you're about to do, Allegern says casually. Aeon Priest. Beeb came out the top of that thing and ripped his face off. Made a fancy nightlight out of his crystal necklace, though. But hey, I'm sure you know what you're doing. Oh, hush. At least the poor priest died in service of his curiosity rather than stumbling about in the coast complaining and feeling sorry for himself. Go ahead if you must, she tells you, ignoring Allegern's glare. But do be careful. Carefully, you level the shard at the obelisk, and a superheated beam lances from the tip of the structure into the crystal, sending vibrations up your arm, suffusing it with a warm green glow.
Good balance.
Am I dead? No, we appear to be alive. What happened? Oh, it increased it. I think, did it increase that by 1? I'm pretty sure it increased by 1. Unless I'm crazy.
In this
Either way, I
world,
didn't get
then.
zapped, and that's probably a good thing. Oh, I can go over there. Cool. What are
I'm
you?
ready.
Strange ooze. A bubbling mass of sludge floats on the surface of the water. Every once in a while, an oily nodule separates from it and hurtles towards the sky. That must be those goopy bits. Mud-coated object within the putrid mass. Let's examine it. Oh, okay. Carefully, you lean closer. After a moment you study, you notice the globules rising to the sky always contain something, be it a shining core of untainted seawater or tiny fish. The currents move in a repeated pattern that suggests mechanical function rather than organic life. So it's collecting. Cool. 75%. I'm pretty good with that. Nailed it. Hell yeah. You found a cipher. Ciphers are Numenera objects, can trigger powerful effect, but can only be used once. Ciphers in your cipher limit score are displayed. Yeah, we know about that. Fresh vapors. Interesting. Tell me about you. Heals 10 points of intellect, increase +1 intellect edge. That's actually really useful, because I've got a lot of int. A simmering jar made of metallic glass. Inside the jar rests a strange miasma. Its vapors sit crystalline and perfectly still until held. The glass vessel twists and writhes when grasped. When you put it to your ear, the device and listen closely, sounds of weeping and hysterical laughter rise from within. Warm to the touch, once inhaled, the vessel becomes ice cold. The user feels panic, fear, nausea, and then sweet relief, a torrent of emotions akin to getting a full rest. Wow, that's kind of dark, actually. Do go on poking things. Just, you know, get yourself a little fucked up. Let's wait for a second. Wait for more treasures. At last, your patience is rewarded. When an unusual object pokes up, you snatch it again, and I got Tar River. See? Just gotta be patient. This transparent sphere of glass encloses a miniature scene of a river of tar running through a wasteland. It also contains a mystic blue liquid. It seems like it would be mixed with the tar if the globe were shaken. Oh my god, I just found a snow globe. I think we're good here. I've done my amusements. Let's not do anything silly. This device is collecting black goop from somewhere underwater and pumping it to a nearby spout. Cable connects this spout to the collection device. The nozzle looks like it may have been attached to another machine at one time. What are you? Long dead construct, yawning intake. This is a ship. Oh, Oh man, there's so many cool things to explore. What is this? The water is clear, almost unnaturally so, revealing ruins as far as you can see. See, this is the fun thing about these games. There's so much to look at and play with and just kind of explore.
Yes.
Let's go over here. We'll check out this, and then we'll go check out that thing up there. Ah, what are you? Phallic Rush, heals 3 points of intellect. Yeah, okay, I remember that. Take all. What else have we got up here?
It's a plan.
That's a doorway. You know what, why don't we take a look? Thick and unmarked by time, double rows of circular bumps run horizontally and vertically across the surface. It is firmly sealed. Examine the door more closely. Infused with minuscule threads that are barely visible to the human eye, they only run in straight lines and right angles seem to converge at the circular bumps. Notice each of the bumps is unique. Some have flat faces, others actually many-sided polygons. A few are marked by tiny apertures. Knock on the door? Then harder. The door makes no sound at all, nor does it shudder or yield. There is no one home, dear. Hasn't been for thousands of years. She appears. One of my colleagues at the order claimed she got inside, but I don't believe her. Okay. We'll look at you, crazy door. Hi, you look like a giant face.
Yes.
You wouldn't believe the day I've had. Oof. What are these things? Two floating cones spin deliriously around each other, giggling like children being tickled. The air around them smells sweet of burning leaves. Watch them for patterns. The longer you stare at the other, the more convinced that they turn faster when their spiraling paths cross each other. What are you? Oh, I can just straight up touch it. Not even gonna fail. You managed to graze one of them with your fingertips. Roaring, a voice says, and your vision is stolen from you. A moon hangs over you, but is not the one you recognize. It is black and in a pearl-white sky. Thick, flat asteroids orbit it like petals in the wind. You feel questing tendrils at your ankle and a hot wind on your face. It smells of scorched hair and grief. Code hangs motionless only for a second before they're resuming their giggling dance. What are you for? Cone's greet your questions with a second of hushed silence, followed delighted peals of helpless giggling. They aren't for anything. They're from one of the worlds before this one. Sometimes the Numenera will do something useful. Sometimes they'll turn you inside out. Sometimes they don't do a damn thing that makes sense. I've often said the same thing about you, darling. Yeah, I figured. Well, that was nifty.
All right.
I don't mind free experience, though. That doesn't hurt.
I'm ready.
Long cable extends, but the point where it dips below the water, it's been snapped in half. What is this? This massive construct was trying to climb across the roof of the reef when it died. Its surface is pocked with tiny scars and scorch marks. This was a war machine. Cobalt petals fold over a short metal stem. Calcified minerals holds the ancient weapon closed. Alright. There's other things up here. That doesn't look good. In fact, that looks rather zappy.
All right.
I'm not sure I trust that. Let's zoom out. I'm tired of it dragging me around. What is this? Strange lines, rippling forms of sunken buildings. Okay, yeah, architecture above the water. So that's just all this being.
With alacrity.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm about to have made friends. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Koro. As you step onto what looks like the back of an enormous construct, 4 strangers approach you. In the lead is a wiry man with parallel scars running from cheek to collarbone on the left side of his face. He gives you a welcoming smile, pulling on gray gloves embedded with pulsing lights. He's about to say something when he notices Calestige. She's the star, or she came out of it. But what does Cal have to do with this? Cal, I thought you'd sworn off trawling the reef. Found anything tasty? His eyes travel up and down both you and Allegern. Oh, geez. Odds and ends, Koro. Nothing would interest you, I'm sure. Her words are calm, but she has gone quite still. Let them talk. Let's let them work this out. I was wondering specifically if you'd seen a falling star that landed near here not too long ago. I see nothing of the sort, dear Koro. Her lips closed thinly. Alright, what about your friends? He turns to you. I know most of the draft that scavenges the reef these days. It's a rare pleasure to see a new face. Nice cars, yeah, that's how you get it. What are the gloves for? Unwelcome but anticipated complications. He does not elaborate. He does so love his ambushes, Calistege whispers in your ear. Even though her mouth is closed and she isn't looking at you. What? He didn't have the gloves when I knew him last, but I'd wager they're connected to the devices in this area. I saw this. Let's see if I can lie to him. Yeah, get wrecked, son! Koro studies you for a long moment before sighing. Alright, well, do let us know if you spot anything of interest. I'd like to say we'd pay for the privilege, but if we were rich, we wouldn't be down here, would we? Scan thoughts. If she's not telling the truth, then she's a fantastic liar. Guess I was wrong. Whew! That's right. Nice thinking, kid. That would have been a fiasco. You figured out why they were here, right? I knew I couldn't trust Calistege, so the last time I make that mistake. They saw me fall. Yeah, I came to investigate. Oh, sure, and they just had that ambush ready to go at the same time as we were leaving. No, kid, Calistege sold us out. Excuse me? Excuse me, are you suggesting that I had something to do with Koro's plans? Are you suggesting you didn't? An old friend of yours just happens to be waiting for us, armed and outnumbering us, as we return from the greatest find the reef has seen in years? It's too convenient. For me. Too convenient by far. Oh, buddy, you have got to let go of some of this shit. You're getting crazy, man. Of all the idiotic paranoid delusions. You really believe this, don't you? You really believe that I'd use a half-wit like Koro to stab you in the back rather than do it myself. See, kid? She'll stab you in the back first chance she gets, most likely in your sleep. He throws up a hand, forestalling Calistege's retort. Look, I don't care. Fact is, I can't trust you anymore. I wonder why I ever did. This is the last we travel together. I've got enough to worry about you without having to watch my back 28 hours a day. Snorts. I do. You think you haven't seen 1/10 her depths, not 1/20th. She's a backstabbing bitch. Mark my words. You are insufferable to the end, Alagard. Looking for the worst in every situation is the only way you know how to see. Do you know how long I've carried this pain for you? Carried your pain for you? How much I've had to turn away from your judgmental stares? But you're right, I've had enough. Child, I'm happy to guide you, but I will not walk another step with this paranoid buffoon. Ah, jeez. Honestly, paranoid there, I kind of prefer her. Finally, something we agree on. Kid, she'll chop your head off and spit down your throat. I'll get you where you need to go and let you sleep at night to boot. It's up to you. You know, honestly, I'm kind of... This guy's kind of crazy. He's a little untrustworthy. Can't you just work it out? She bursts out laughing. We have been working it out. Alagard's petulance, his obstinacy, and the face of fact drive me away every day. He might be strong, but he's also thick. Dare you to try traveling him. Let's see how long you endure. Not as long as I have, I wager. As if you're doing me a favor by staying. Do you think I don't see your true self in all these echoes around you? That's you, Calistege. Every facet of it. Your vivisectionist's heart hasn't changed. The way you present it, just the way you present it. I thought I could help you, but... Honestly, I'd take her. Although he does balance me out a little better. You know, let's go Calistege. Not my problem. Right, well, if you want me and she doesn't sell you for parts, you can find me in the underbelly, but not with her, mind you. I'll let you know what you've missed. I'm sure you won't be. Mist, that is. And Link's arms. Let's go, child. We have a world to conquer. We do indeed. That kind of sucks. He kind of just, I bet, took my stuff too. That motherfucker took my shit. I get you a nice new club, and you sit here and...
Yes, now.
Ugh, there's a shallow depression here in the surface. Like many others scattered around the construct. Unlike the others, the energy still pulses across it at random intervals. A slight yet implacable sense of unease emanates from each wave of energy. There's a loose lens at the center of the depression. You think you could redirect the psychic effect somewhere useful, but it'll be tricky to get in between the energy pulses. Without any antagonist to aim it toward, the device doesn't seem to serve any obvious purpose.
In an instant.
Interesting. Spherical head, single matter fiber holds it in place. I'm pretty sure that's basically a zap cannon. Waiting to eradicate me. Oh good, our friends aren't here anymore. Looks like Koro took off.
Yes.
I'm perfectly fine with that. Honestly, I'm starting to think that failing a task, if I hadn't talked him out, then we'd have been forced to fight. And Calistige would still be traveling with Alagern, because think about it, like, she would have been forced to fight with us if she wanted to live. I'm pretty sure that guy would have chopped us up right there on the docks, or in the reef. We seek the order of the truth, so we must first reach Government Square. The easiest way is via the staircase by the old clock. Oh good. Crazy people and spectators. This is always nice.
Yes, now.
Let's go find out what this is all about, huh? Oh, that guy's probably fine. A stout middle-aged man stands atop the execution platform. He wears the badge of a city official, and a fringe of dreadlocks hangs down to his shoulders from his otherwise bald pate. He gives you a disinterested look. Please stay back with the others. What's going on here? Brief glance over his shoulder toward Riss. The prisoner, Riss of Flatwater, is being publicly executed as a warning to all who would flout the laws of Sage's Cliffs. What is his crime? Treason. He sold state secrets to the enemies of Sage's Cliffs. That can't be good. Let's see. How does the execution work? Rather, another rustic. It's very simple, ma'am. Our nanos induce him in a hallucinogenic state. In this state, he experiences visions, nightmares, really. He speaks of the things he sees, and his words become flesh as they leave his mouth. We shape the flesh into a human-like form, the death you see beside him. Ooh. Hideous figure which appears to be rotting viscera. As more strands escape his mouth, his death wraps around him, and they slowly crush the life out of him. That's messed up. Thus is, yeah. Once the condemned is dead, the devourer of wrongs will eat his corpse. That must be the devourer of wrongs. Why does he eat them? Interesting. He is of the Dendra Ohur, who can suck the memories of the dead from their marrow. In those memories is not only proof that the condemned were guilty, but also the name of their compatriots and other associates. Many accomplices have been found out in the belly of the devourer. Ah, okay. Some believe there is wisdom to be gained from the rantings of the condemned. I've never gleaned any. Others say the torment of the condemned means nothing, but it deters would-be criminals from committing offenses of their own. I have never noticed that to be true either. What else can I ask him about? Who are you? I am Yin, overseer of the capital punishment. Charged by the council of organizing executions, make sure they run smoothly. Interesting. You know what? I think next time we might see what we do about this whole crazy person on a platform getting the life choked out of them. That ought to be nifty, all in itself. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, feel free to leave a like. You can subscribe for more content every Monday through Friday, and I hope I see you in the next video.